PSG are making waves. They're hogging the headlines, but we all just want to know what's going on.
Well, they really have been the story of this summer's transfer window, PSG, who finished second in the French Ligue last season. They've acquired Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Thiago Silva from AC Milan, as well as acquiring the promising Italian midfielder Marco Verratti. It was all done on the same day. And they spent over €70 million to acquire those three names. And it's part of the long-term strategy to make PSG one of the most recognisable and one of the most successful teams in Europe. They've never really enjoyed that prestige. And for a club of their stature, a club of their fan base, I think it's something that they're really going to kick on and try and achieve over the next 5 years.
But where's all this money come from?
Well, at the start of the 2011 summer transfer window, they were acquired by the Qatar Investment Authority, who bought 70% worth of shares for around €30 million. And they immediately lavished the club with a fantastic transfer campaign. They bought up some of the best players within the division, like Bisevic, the defender. They also bought Blaise Matuidi, who's one of the most promising midfield players within the division. They brought Jeremy Menez back from Serie A. And they've really kicked on this summer with even bigger names. Obviously, Ibrahimovic is the crowning glory for this PSG team, and he was a player who'd be well known to Carlo Ancelotti, of course, who's one of the most prominent coaches in Europe and has now taken up that position within PSG. Also, Thiago Silva will help to plug what was a leaky backline last season, probably one of the Achilles heels, and probably one of the main reasons why they didn't end up winning the title at the first attempt. And of course, Verratti will provide cover for players within midfield. But when you look at the team on paper, certainly with Javier Pastore as well, who was the key signing of last summer, the French League One title is really within their grasps already, certainly with Montpellier having been weakened by the loss of Olivier Giroud. So you would expect that at the very least the Ligue 1 title will be PSG's this year, and they could even make an impact in the Champions League.
So you mentioned Ancelotti. Does that really show PSG's intent?
Certainly it does. I mean, for a coach of his repute to go to the French First Division, it really is... if it wasn't PSG, it would be a step back if he was going to any other club. So I think with Ancelotti there and with Leonardo in almost the sports administration role, they have two significant individuals within the game who know how to play the transfer market in terms of what Leonardo can bring. And they also, on the tactics front, they've got Ancelotti, who is one of the most renowned coaches in Europe. And I think you almost have an elite Serie A team now playing in French Ligue 1. So I do think that it's been detrimental, all of this, to the Italian Serie A, because it's seen its stars disappear for big money to what will be rival European club. But I think it's exciting times ahead for PSG. If they can get things right on the administration side, they've had something like 8 coaches in 5 years, and I think a little bit of stability off the pitch is required in order to gain a success on it. But no doubt about it, it'll be a thrilling ride.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, will PSG win their first title in a generation? Ligue 1 starts next month.
YouTube.com/goal is full of stuff like this and proper football too. To make sure you don't miss out, just hit the subscribe button.